Sea of Thieves is a game we all love, but it's not perfect, and I don't think it ever will be, but that's okay. But here's 5 updates that Sea of Thieves needs. These are mostly just my opinion, but I think a lot of people will agree with them, so let's get right into it. Starting off at number 5 is the Hunter's Call emissary flag. Hunter's Call is the only company in Sea of Thieves without an emissary flag, but I think it needs one. Fishing is really boring, no one wants to do it. The best way to level up Hunter's Call is honestly probably mermaid gems, and even then, it levels up so slow. I think with an emissary flag for Hunter's Call, it'll incentivize people to want to fish more, to get bonus gold and reputation, so people actually do it. Hunter's Call is probably the worst grind in the game, but with an emissary flag, it could be made a lot easier and a lot more fun, and make people want to actually fish more and do Hunter's Call stuff. Hunter's Call voyages would probably be something they could add too. But whether it's an emissary flag or voyages, Hunter's Call needs something to be added. In Season 9, they added bait crates, and they let you sell fish to the sovereigns, so that's a step in the right direction. But still, no one wants to fish or do anything for Hunter's Call. So I think an emissary flag would be perfect, and then if they want to, they can add voyages. I think there could be fun voyages you could do with that. Number 4 is something I'm surprised that it isn't already in the game and didn't come with the game when it launched, but that is walking the plank. Why is there no walk the plank feature in a pirate game? There's a couple different ways they could go about this. I think the best way would be in your crew menu, like where you lock people in the brig, there can be another option, make them walk the plank, and it'll either just kick them off the ship for a little bit, or it kicks them off the ship without spawning a mermaid so they can't come back, or if you want to vote someone out of the game who's in your crew, maybe you could do that too. Honestly, I don't care how they implement it. I just want walking the plank in the game somehow, some way. So Rare, please do it. I'm begging you. Next up at number 3 is something I think everybody will appreciate. Giving supplies for Hourglass PvP. You should not have to use your own supplies for Hourglass PvP. I understand that they have a kind of a risk-reward factor with that, but if you lose a fight, you don't want to keep playing because you need so many supplies to fight, and then if you lose, they're gone, and you're not going to want to keep playing. So if you can go on a really long win streak, but as soon as you lose once and lose all your supplies, you're not going to want to play anymore. So maybe they could do something like where when you spawn in on your ship, once you're in the PvP fight, all your barrels will be full. Maybe they don't have to be full. Maybe it could be like a couple hundred of each supplies, and kind of a variety of supplies, and maybe some cursed cannonballs. I think that's the hard part with this, is how do you balance that? Maybe there's no cursed cannonballs at all. Maybe you get one of each. Maybe it's random. But however they do it, they should still implement it somehow, some way. I know some people are going to be upset by that, but I think most people are going to enjoy it. Plus, it'll get more people actually playing Hourglass PvP, because like I said earlier, you lose one time, all your stuff's gone, and maybe the fact that you can lose all your supplies stops people from wanting to play it. So I think overall it'll be good for the game and good for PvP. Speaking of PvP, at the number 2 spot on my list is Arena. I want Arena back so much. Arena was so much fun. I think it was way more fun than Hourglass PvP. Hourglass can be fun, but Arena was just so much better, I think. And Arena gave you supplies. If you weren't around for Arena, or if you don't know what it was basically the predecessor to Hourglass PvP, but instead of it being a one-on-one fight, it was like 5 or 6 ships, so basically a whole server, fighting in a small area, and like I said earlier, I think it was way more fun than Hourglass. Hourglass is fun, but it's kind of sweaty. Arena was more casual, and I'm not saying I want Arena to replace Hourglass PvP, I want both of them in the game. I think it'll be more fun, more stuff to do, and I think if people like Arena and start getting good at it, then they're going to want to go play Hourglass PvP more. Unfortunately, I don't think this will happen. I don't think Arena will ever come back. They took it out of the game over a year ago, so I don't think it's going to come back, unfortunately. So the number 1 thing that I want Sea of Thieves to add is being able to upgrade or downgrade your ship. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by upgrade your ship is, let's say you're playing on a brig, you have 3 people, but you have another friend who gets on, but you're already on the brig. So upgrading your ship would allow you to turn your brig into a galleon without having to leave the server. So all your supplies, all your loot, everything stays. And then you could also do the opposite, downgrading your ship. Let's say you're on a galleon and then you have a friend getting off, but you don't want to be on a galleon with 3 people. You can downgrade your ship mid-game without leaving the server and go to a brig. I think if they wanted to, they could make it something you could do at an outpost. That's what I think is the best option. Maybe do it with like the Sovereigns, maybe make it exclusive to a captain ship, or they might make it cost like a couple thousand gold. But however they do it, I want them to do it. I think it'd be a really good quality of life update. So those are 5 updates that I want to see in Sea of Thieves. I don't think most of them will ever happen, but I hope they do. Again, they're just my opinion. If you think they should add something else, comment it below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.